Hey guys, welcome to G Reviews. Today I've got a super exciting review for you today. I've owned this Asus Strix G18 laptop for about 6 months now. And in this video, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it from ownership, from unboxing it to ownership to playing games, doing multitasking, spreadsheets, all that good stuff. Next up on G Reviews, please stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in to G Reviews today, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you this beautiful laptop. Obviously, I've just got some YouTube pulled up here with some Halo. Halo really is kind of the big thing that I use this guy for, that I do a lot of. I absolutely love Halo on this thing. It's fantastic. 100 plus FPS, no matter what I do to it. It really is fantastic with that 4080 GTX Nvidia graphics card with the 12 gigs of RAM. So today we're going to be going through it. I'm going to show you a little bit of gaming footage, but first let's go ahead and just go through the actual specs and walk you through the laptop itself. Let's start off with the physical characteristics of the laptop, and first and foremost, it's huge, guys. It is a really big laptop, as you can see by the full-size number pad here. So let's start off with the screen, because that is the very dominant thing on this laptop. So this is going to be an 18-inch screen. It's a Quad HD with 240 hertz refresh rate, ultra bright 500 nits display. This thing is absolutely amazing. The screen really, it shows me how kind of outdated my my just standard 1080p 24-inch monitors over here. Like when I try to game on this versus when I game on these guys, the colors and the motion that the display on this thing has is absolutely awesome. I absolutely love it. And it's definitely worth getting the 240 hertz refresh rate. Like I said, it's a beautiful screen. It's not 4K, but 4K, you don't need it when you're gaming. You really don't, especially on this type of a screen. And 18 inches really is, I think, the minimum that you want to be gaming on. You could do, certainly there's the 16-inch version, but you're sacrificing a few things, namely the battery size, with the 16-inch version. And really, if you're going to be, these are not laptops that you're going to take to class every day. This is a desktop replacement. And I literally replaced this massive full tower PC down here, which I had built by CyberPower years and years and years ago. I've upgraded it, but at some point it just became kind of a nuisance, because I would have had to upgrade the motherboard and a whole bunch of other stuff just to get any reasonable amount of performance out of it. So I just decided, you know what, let's just go with the latest and greatest laptop. So we went through the screen. The processor is going to be the i9-13980HX, which is a 65 watt processor. Again, it's the Core i9 processor there, which I believe is up to 32 cores, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and grab the DX diag here. So just to show you itself, right? So that is it says 13th gen i9 processor at 2.2 gigahertz per processor. Go ahead and go over to and we did upgrade it to 32 gigabytes of RAM. This thing came with originally 16 gigabytes, but I went ahead and upgraded that as well. And then this is the graphics card, as I mentioned. It is the GeForce RTX 4080 laptop, and it has 12 gigabytes of RAM. Again, it's awesome. It has GDDR6 memory, and this thing can actually do up to 175 watts of power through a laptop GPU, guys. That is absolutely awesome. And what I'll do is when I'm gaming with this guy, I'll let you listen. The fans on this thing do get pretty loud, but again, when you're running that much power through a laptop, which really doesn't have a whole lot of room for cooling, it really does a fantastic job at keeping this thing cool. It never throttles, really, as far as when I'm playing Halo. And again, that's, for the most part, that's what I really use this thing for. I also use it for keeping track of Airbnb expenses and rental properties, things like that. It did come with 16 gigabytes of RAM, like I mentioned before, and that's DDR5 at running 4800 megahertz in the RAM itself. It also came with a terabyte terabyte SSD, and that's a PCIe Gen 4 drive. As I was mentioning, the DDR5 memory, I went ahead and replaced that. And I have a link in the description of where to get that guy. It does weigh 6.5 pounds. So again, this is not a small laptop. It will not fit in most backpacks that usually go up to about 15.6 inch type laptops. Again, this is significantly bigger than that, so it is just straight up not gonna fit in there. The keyboard itself is very nice, although I do use my Logitech over here for the most part. I don't really use the actual keyboard on here very much because again, I'm usually over here with my multiple monitors. I'm not really taking this thing too many places because again, it's not super portable, but again, it does the job. So we've got our function keys here. So if I want to turn down the brightness, turn down that. If I want to change the lighting, right? So this says breathing, this is strobing, and it does have this cool light bar here on the front too. Color cycle. This is rainbow. I usually kind of keep it on rainbow because it's just kind of cool. Static, and you can just go back and forth. And there's a lot more settings than that. This is just the one that you get from this Aura button. If you want to change the performance, there is this little guy over here that has a little fan on it. So because I'm just on battery right now, it only does performance mode and silent mode. It doesn't have turbo. Turbo is only available when you have this guy plugged in. That's kind of just a general overview. Let's go ahead and get Halo going, and I'll show you the performance once you get that going. I know you want to get into the Halo as much as I do, but we really have to talk about Ridge, today's sponsor of the video. Ridge wallets have been around for years, and this particular one is the carbon fiber version. Thank you so much, Ridge, for sending this out to me. This guy can hold up to 12 cards, has the money clip option, and I will show you here in just a second. This is my good old Herschel. Look at the size difference. This has 12 cards and money, and believe it or not, all of this will fit in here. So there you have it. So I've transferred all 12 cards from my good old Herschel to the Ridge. What's great about the Ridge is it does have a lifetime warranty, so if there's ever anything wrong with it, you can certainly return it. This guy has over 50 different colors to choose from. This particular one is the carbon fiber. Who doesn't like carbon fiber? They also have potentially an RFID. All of these are RFID blocking wallets, so to prevent from digital pickpocketers. Also, there's an AirTag option. So I have the money clip option. There's also an AirTag option, so you don't ever lose your wallet. And also, if you go on ridge.com, there are over 100,000 5-star reviews on this guy. It's awesome. Also, they have a 99-day money-back risk-free trial. So you can send it back for a full refund within that amount of time. Again, it does have a lifetime warranty. So I'm super happy with this wallet. It's gonna be front of the pocket rather than back of the pocket, or back pocket with something like this that you sit on. You're not gonna sit on this, it's really hard. But I just think that these guys are really killing the wallet game. I will have a link in the description here. What you want to do is to go to ridge.com. In checkout, you're going to enter YouTube 10 for 10% off your first order. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Happy to help, and let's get into the Halo footage. All right, let's see how long it takes to load up into Halo Infinite. So now we have it on power here. We've got it plugged in. We'll go into turbo mode. See that there's turbo, performance, and silent. Actually, we'll just keep it in performance because turbo tends to be pretty loud in terms of the sound. The fan speed's pretty loud. So again, just get right into it. And you notice I've got the Nvidia performance overlay here. So this will be able to tell us what kind of FPS we're getting. Another thing to note is the sound system on this is actually really good. It has downfiring speakers in the front. It also has a small little subwoofer. So it actually has very full sounding audio straight from Asus. So seeing 470 FPS here, pretty crazy. But again, we're just loading. We're just doing a load screen here. We'll just go into quick play real quick. Okay, I'm not sure how much sound my DJI mic is picking up from the fans, but as soon as I really start to get in here, the fans do make quite a bit of noise. Actually, let me show you the settings that we're on here. Video. So if you can see this, Go ahead and zoom in here for you. See, these are our settings. I unlock the max frame rate, and pretty much everything's on high. Auto is animation, quality, ray tracing is off, async is off. I've got most of this other stuff turned on, sharpening. I don't have speed lines, but over here you can see it says the current VRAM usage is about 6 gigs. Ideally, you're under 9, and then max it says 12 here. So I'm significantly under the you know what the 4080 is capable of. But like I said, just the smoothness that this thing plays at is just awesome. So let's go in here, and I mean the quality of this screen. Again, my camera is just not going to do it justice, but it's really excellent. We'll go back to this here, and just of course keep the FPS here in mind as we go throughout this here. All right, here we go. What usually ends up happening is this thing is so fast it loads the mode, and then I end up having to wait for other players. Let's see. I'm usually the first one. See other players loading. So I'm almost the first one, always, every single time, to probably one of the first people to load the map because this thing is so fast. Really, if I die, this is my fault. It is not the computer's fault. On all of my previous computers, it was the computer's fault. It wasn't my fault, but truly, if I die, if I get killed, it's Scott's fault. It's not the computer's fault this time. So right here, we still see FPS 158, 99% is 153, super low latency, CPU utilization's really low, GPU is almost 100, but you can also see the GPU power is 159 watts running through this. So let's see what we can do here on camera. Oh yeah, all right. Oof, almost had him there. So our 99% FPF is still 127, super low latency. All right, still got him. As you can see, just super, and again, I really don't know if my phone is doing it justice, but the FPF doesn't lie. 120. Okay, so now we're recording in 60 FPS on the phone. So maybe that was why I was a little more laggy before. There we go. You can definitely see it better now that I'm on 60 FPS on my phone. Okay, he got me there. Still 128 FPS. The GPU temperature is 86 Celsius. So it's staying cool. The fans aren't going too crazy at this point. Not doing too well today, guys. Sorry about that. I'm still the #1 guy on my team, which is funny as hell. Because I'm doing awful. At least in my opinion. Man, I'm doing pretty horrible. I mean, my whole team is, but still, this is bad for me.
Active camo inbound.
I'm sure it's because I'm recording. All right, double kill. Not bad. There we go. Nice. That was my bad. Still got him. But guys, you really do see the point. I mean, I have this on basically on high, and I'm getting, I mean, minimum 140, let's say 140 FPS. I'm gonna put on turbo, see, I don't think it's gonna do a whole lot. So it's on turbo now. You're gonna hear the fans a lot more. My average temperature has been about 86. So we'll see if the temperature goes down, or B, the frames go up by increasing the fan speed quite a bit. Temperature hasn't really moved, and frames haven't really moved a whole lot either. That's why, from all the reviews I've watched, the turbo mode really isn't that worth it, I don't think. Phew, almost got it there. Oh, got him. Next thing I wanted to discuss is battery life. Now, certainly if you're actually gaming with this thing on battery, it's not gonna run at full performance, which, I mean, kind of defeats the purpose of it. You certainly can game with it on battery, but you're gonna have to reduce your settings quite a bit to make it decently playable. It really is not meant for, you know, playing on battery, but you certainly can. If you're gaming with it, it's not gonna last more than an hour tops if you're doing that. However, on the flip side of that, if you're just running it on silent mode and you've got, for example, all the RGB off, it'll actually go for about 4 hours, which I was actually quite surprised with, you know, especially with the, you know, the 18-inch screen. Again, that's gonna reduce everything. It's gonna reduce the hertz on the monitor. It's gonna reduce the CPU clock speed. It's gonna reduce a whole bunch of stuff. You're gonna also use the onboard GPU, the integrated GPU instead of the 4080. But really, it's the best of both worlds because you can actually get quite a bit of time at Starbucks working on a presentation, working on a PowerPoint. At the same time, it'll also, when you plug the thing in, it'll also do some crazy good gaming as well. So that's another thing just to be aware of. The battery life is actually really good with this guy. Really just only a couple other points to make. It does have an integrated webcam, although I don't really use it that much. It's not very good quality. In terms of the ports, you're gonna have kind of just standard stuff these days. So you're gonna have the power port, Ethernet, HDMI, and you're gonna have two different USB-Cs. And then they're both DisplayPort capable. So I can just plug my monitors in with my dock, just with the display cable, and it's also USB-C capable to charge as well. And let me show you when I plug my battery bank in how fast it charges. So this is certainly one of the things that I'm gonna have to do a review of next, but this is the Inui fast charge capable. This guy actually is capable of charging at 140 watts output, which is awesome. So this will charge up to 140 watts. Most devices really don't even take, they just can't even, they don't take that type of a charge. However, this is a big power hungry laptop. So I'll plug it in here and show you what this guy can actually charge at here. So the computer just went into, it's a PD mode on PD. So as you can see on here, this is the amount of watts that the laptop is taking right now. So with that being said, it also did switch over to the Nvidia graphics card from the integrated one. So if you're on, I mean, even a battery bank, of course, this battery bank's not gonna last very long. This is a 20,000, I think it's 20,000, 27,000 mAh. So just bear that in mind. So we just plugged it in maybe 5 seconds ago and it's already at 96%, right? So it's outputting 95 watts. So again, that's quite a bit. But again, that just shows you that this guy can charge very quickly as well. If you have a 65 watt, 100 watt charger, USB-C charger, it'll do it, it'll use it, but still the only time you're gonna get that full performance is when you use the included massive power brick. All right, and then let's look at the ports on the other side. So the other side really is just two USBs. We have a vent here. The whole entire back of the laptop is just one massive vent. And when you're gaming, you can really feel the heat coming out of here. Same thing with on the left side too. It is just a big vent. On the bottom of the laptop is all the intakes. Again, sorry, this thing is really big. So all your intakes are down here. It's got these nice rubber feet on all four corners, so it doesn't slide around on you. But yeah, that's about it. So in conclusion, like I was mentioning, it's safe to say that this laptop has exceeded all my expectations. I will leave a link in the description of where you can pick it up on Amazon. At the time that I purchased this guy, it was about $2,000. It was on sale when it basically first came out. I don't think they have this exact one with the 1 terabyte anymore. I think they have a slightly upgraded one that has 2 terabytes. However, I went ahead and just put a 4 terabyte drive in here as well. So this one has a total of 5 terabytes of storage, and then the memory is 32 gigabytes. And really, I have never exceeded 16 gigabytes really at any point. But so just bear that in mind. You really don't need 64 gigabytes of RAM. There's no, I don't know. In terms of just casual gaming, I don't think there's really any place that you could actually use 64 gigabytes of RAM. But anyway, I love the laptop. If you have any questions on it, please let me know. If there's something I haven't covered in the video, again, please let me know. Happy to help. Skyward Reviews, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.